Hi there, and welcome to Neophyte.tv, the technology show for the not-so-geeky. My name is Ben Friedman, and as a special treat today, we have my friend Vance. Vance, thanks for coming and joining us today.
Thank you.
Sure appreciate it. You know, I get so many gadgets. My fear is that I get jaded. You know, I get sent like 40 different cameras or 40 different GPS systems.
Sure.
And so I like to talk to some of my friends who I know around here and say, hey, I just got this camera and, you know, I've just seen 4 cameras. I don't want my impression of this new camera to be sort of colored by the fact that I've done 6 other cameras this last month. Oh my goodness, I have to look at another camera. So I got this camera in, this really nice, small little camera by HP. And what is this called again?
The R742.
R742, the Photosmart. And one thing is HP's Photosmart, they've got Photosmart printers, Photosmart fax machines, Photosmart cameras, and they've all got these weird numbers. I don't know about you, but I find it very hard to keep it straight.
I tried to figure out maybe what that 742 meant, what it, anyway, I couldn't reference it.
742, yeah, I have no idea. You know, it's right twice a day, right?
That's
You know, it's like a clock. Oh, it's 742, you know.
That's
So you've had this camera for a few weeks. You know, what do you think? First of all, form factor, size, holding it.
Size and holding, I carry a bag to work. My wife calls it my purse, and it fits great in there.
It's a man purse, right?
That's right.
Right, sure.
It's very compact. I love it. I love it that way. It's
the bag or the camera?
The camera.
The camera.
The camera.
Yeah.
It's hardy. I'm pretty rough on things. Things go in and out of my bag.
I think this is metal.
Yeah.
You know, some cameras are plastic, but this has a metallic, you know, case. So it looks like it'll stand up to, you know, a bit of wear and tear.
I was sort of concerned about the LED back to it and getting scratched, and it just seemed to hold up real well.
They put a pretty good coating on that, and you can. I don't know. Did it come with a carrying case?
No.
No, but you can just drop this in your shirt pocket. I mean, it's small enough just to disappear in there, or pants pocket, I guess.
Exactly.
So inclined. Well, that's really cool. Now it's 7 megapixels. Now, one thing I want to iterate. I was going to say reiterate, but I hadn't iterated it yet, so I can't reiterate it. I can only iterate. Is that you are not really a big techno geeky guy. You're not going to go out there and say, how many megapixels is that CCD CMOS sensor?
Right.
2 gigabit. You know, you're just a user. You just want to use it. In fact, what was your previous camera to this?
It was actually a Photosmart, but about a 4-year-old.
A 4-year-old. It was like a bigger thing, and
like
chunkier,
and megapixel and a half.
1.5 megapixels. Oh, those days! I remember those days. So going from that one to this one, big difference in quality?
Difference. But the biggest difference I found was the battery life.
Oh, do tell.
I'm used to feeding the thing batteries about every 10 pictures. And this thing, you can use it. And
your other one, was it rechargeable or?
No, it was just AA batteries, and you'd go broke using the AA batteries.
Right.
This one, you go a week and a half and not recharge it. It just goes, and the flash and everything, just using it was really good that way.
How do you recharge it? Is it is it done? I mean, I noticed that it has a USB connector. Will it recharge just hooked up to the computer, or do you take the battery out?
I took the battery out. The battery actually
so the battery pops out here.
Ejects just like the card does. You push it in and eject it.
Battery.
And in it comes with a little charger, and you plug it in. And
very cool.
I think the charging time is about 2.5 hours.
Right. Now you've got a 128 megabyte card that it came with here.
Yes.
But you can put in a gigabyte card or 2 gigabyte card. I mean, you have lots of pictures.
Did you
ever run out of room? I mean,
I didn't. That would hold about 40 pictures, and I'm doing it on the best quality.
7 megapixel, right?
So anyway,
tell me about the pictures. What do you think?
Good pictures. It has a function on it that is the mode where you push a button, and it's really easy. You can scroll down,
like portrait mode, landscape mode, sports mode,
exactly.
Sunsets.
The night mode,
night mode,
the action mode.
I love night mode. Night mode's great. That's fantastic. So you know, I have a Pentax Optio A30 that we reviewed a few months back. It has a food mode.
A food mode.
It's a mode. It's supposed to be for taking good pictures of food. If you ever want to take a picture of food, it brings out the vibrant colors.
You know, with Food Network and those things today, I guess you need that.
Anyways, go on. So you like the modes? I
like the modes.
Right.
You could pick the modes. I was just at Thanksgiving up at my in-laws in the Northwest,
have
up
like a
around
turkey
Seattle.
mode, or,
well, there was a huge moon that came out, and took that and got to play around with that, and it has kind of a.
Did you ever use it on a tripod? It has a tripod hole.
I didn't, and that's what I found is on the night mode.
Right.
It actually has a real slow shutter speed, and you need to hold it
and
still.
no amount of anti-shake will compensate for those night modes. You got to put it on a tripod.
Yeah. But I was impressed that it had that function in a little camera like this, that you could actually, put it on and have a shutter speed that was slow enough to catch some light pictures like that.
Did you take any video with it?
A little bit, not very much. I didn't mess with the video.
Yeah, you're one of those guys.
Oh, I was thinking that I don't have a big memory card, and so.
Oh, that's true. You probably it'll eat into your picture ability.
Exactly.
Put that in, and besides which, you're one of those guys that a camera is a camera. And if you want a video camera, you'll get a video camera. You don't expect it to be a phone. You're not expecting it to ring. Hi.
That's it.
That's it. You don't want it to be a MP3 player. It's not an iPod. It's a camera.
It's a camera.
It should just take pictures.
It's a camera. So.
So you plug it in your computer, transfer the pictures. They look good. Exposure, all that stuff.
Great. I would like to spend more time playing with the modes and getting that right, so that it seems like this last round of pictures, I think I had it on the day mode, and it was a little dark outside, so they seem like they're a little underexposed. But other than that, I mean, it's
right. You got to make sure to set the mode. It probably has an automatic mode.
Yes, it does.
That will try to figure out the best settings.
It does, and I got tried to get a little too sophisticated for my own good.
It has a fancy pants mode. Yeah.
That's it.
One thing I like about this camera is the price.
It's got a great price.
About $150 I found.
$150. They've got rebates going right now. I think that you can find it for $126 with some rebates.
Gosh, that's for a 7 megapixel camera with a movie mode and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fantastic price.
That's a really good price.
It's a good deal. And you were telling me that your niece.
My niece has one, and hers, you can get them in colors, and she's got the dark blue. You can get ruby red,
ruby red, colors,
black.
Very nice.
So anyway,
anything you didn't like?
The only thing I didn't like, and this is side of my bent on cameras like this, I like to have a viewer. If you're out in the sun,
a viewfinder,
a
hole that you can see, a real hole, not looking at the screen.
Not looking at the screen. If we had some soccer games that I went to it was really bright out, and I had difficulty kind of.
And you know what? Daytime or nighttime, it's equally hard to see the screen. I mean, if you're indoors, it's easy to see it. If it's dusk, but if it's pitch black outside, it's virtually impossible to compose a photo when it's pitch black. Yeah. And like you say, in sunlight, it's virtually impossible.
I thought of viewfinder. That was really my only thing that I didn't particularly like about it was that it didn't have a viewfinder.
Didn't kind of a viewfinder. So if you were to give it a score, say out of 10,
I'd give it a strong 8.5, 9.
An 8.5, 9 out of 10 for Vance for the HP Photosmart R742. A really great camera for, the first camera maybe for someone.
Yeah, for a first camera, for anybody. An older person that is not particularly techno.
Right. Doesn't care about it's very squeezing easy. 15 megapixels into the thing.
The scrolling features are very easy. They're very, very good that way. And my daughter I kept fighting to get it away from her.
Now, HP sent us a very cool new printer. I know we didn't prepare you for this, but they sent me a new printer, and I thought maybe you could stick around for the next segment.
Love to.
We'll bring the printer over, and I'll show you how that works, and we can try to print a couple of these pictures you've taken.
Okay.
So we'll be back in just a minute. Stay tuned.
We're able to take a look at the figures for next week's presentation.
I don't really know what you just said, but I don't know what you said.
I sent the presentation on the spreadsheet for next week's presentation.
The newest iPods, including the new iPod Classic, which tops out at 160 megabytes, and the new iPod Touch, which is just like... Hi there, I'm Ben Friedman from Neophyte.tv. And for the best sound for your podcasts or office communications, check out the microphones at revolabs.com. And we are back, and in the second spotlight section today, we're going to be looking at a companion to not only the HP digital camera, but any digital camera you might have. This is a photo printer from HP. It's the HP Photosmart A826.
826.
826. So that camera was the Photosmart R something or other, and this is an
742
right,
and
742. And this probably looks like. First of all, I want to reiterate: you have never seen this before.
Never
First
seen
time
it.
seeing this.
Never
So
seen
this is
it.
great.
I think this is.
What they're trying to do is, you ever go into Walmart or Costco and you see they have the kiosk set up there, and you take your card out of your camera, and you go up to your kiosk and you put your credit card in this, and you can print pictures right there.
Sure.
This is the photo kiosk for your home. Now you
Credit card, please?
There's no credit card. You can hook this up to your computer, but you don't have to. So it does
Okay.
have a computer USB jack right here,
Okay.
but you don't have to. What you do is, I'm going to pop this open here, look side here. Your photo paper goes in a tray. I've got photo paper in right here. Photo paper, and you just drop it in the tray back here. Close this up, like so. And then there's a power button on your side. You want to give that power button a push?
Oh, nice.
The little thing going on there, okay? Here you fold this down when you're ready to take a picture, and you'll notice here it has card slots plus a USB,
multiple card slots.
multiple card slots, and a USB connector. So if you have, let's say you have a USB stick that you copied your photos onto, you don't have your camera with you, but you've copied them onto a USB flash drive.
Oh, sure.
You can just plug that right in there. You'll also notice it has a stylus, because this is a touchscreen device. So you probably notice the screen has come up here. I'm going to take your card and I'm going to plug it in the card slot right here, just like so. And when it does that, it's got a little blue light here starts to flash, and it says 7 photos found. And if you notice right away, can you see that?
Yeah. That's
Up comes your photos.
cool.
So let's, now you can do all kinds of cool things on here. You can put frames around them, you can crop them, you can resize them, and then when you're ready, you hit print. Let's just go ahead and print one real quick. So for instance, I'm going to choose this picture right here. You can see it, bink. And it says, do I want to edit the photo or get creative? Let's just do a print first. I'm going to select this one and choose, I think this is the print icon. Can you hear it going there?
Yeah, it's going.
It's going there. Now you can still do stuff while it's printing, and it shows you up here in the corner. I don't know if I'll be able to zoom in on this, but it says here 1 minute 50 seconds. Do you see that?
That's your print time?
That's your print time. So it takes a couple of minutes to print a photo. So we'll now kibitz while it's doing this. So
Now,
how's your day? So where'd you go for lunch?
The ink, is it?
It's an ink cartridge. Now this uses a single cartridge that has like red, green, and blue on it, and to get black, it like mixes them together.
Okay.
So it's just one cartridge, and you see this door right here? That's where the ink cartridge goes in. So it's very easy to flip that open, put a new cartridge in, and flip it closed. But like all printers, you know, you got to pay for that cartridge, which is, I think it was a $15 cartridge, and it'll do a couple hundred photos, and then you do another one.
That's not bad.
Well, I may be off on that. Don't quote me on
but
that. Maybe it was a couple $100 for the cartridge, and it'll print 15 photos. I can't remember.
Okay.
It's one of the two. So here, I don't know if they can see here, the photo is emerging.
Oh, yeah.
I think you, like me, will be stunned by the quality of the photos. This thing puts out
I'm
really
looking at
great.
that.
You're looking at it already.
Is,
now, keep in mind, the quality of your photo depends a lot on the kind of paper you use. If you buy, I tried this with some Costco printer paper that's 4 photos. Didn't look very good at all. I went out and bought the more expensive HP Photo Glossy Plus, which of course is matched for this printer.
Sure.
Looks, as you can see, much, much, much better. Slightly wet when it comes out. This photo paper has an extra grabby bit on the end here.
That's a good idea.
It is a good idea. I quite like this. You'll notice there's a bit here that it hasn't printed on, and once it's dry, this detaches. But you can get it without that, so you don't have to rip that off.
I think the grabby bit's a good idea.
The grabby bit is a good idea. Take a look at this. Let me zoom in on that. And
that's as good as any Kodak.
Take a look. Grab it by the edge there.
Kodak
it's
moment
still going to
right
be
there.
wet.
HP moment.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Now I want to print one more here. Let's go back and find another picture, like maybe this one. I'm going to hit the Get Creative button. So here's Get Creative. Boop. And you can do frames, captions, draw albums, and draw. You can write on here. So let's do a frame. Click on the frame. And it says seasonal, kids, or seasons. So these are nice summertime fall photos.
Yeah,
Let's
fall photos.
click on seasons, see what it comes up with. So it says spring. It says these are all the different things you can, different ways you can do it. You can scroll through them. So this is a nice one right here. See, it crops it, turns it upwards, and puts a little frame on it. I'm going to let's go through just a couple more just to see. Winter, winter, winter. New Year's, Valentine. It was a Valentine's one.
Valentine's.
New Year's day. Okay, well, I'm going to go back to. Let's do this Easter one just for the heck of it. It's nowhere near Easter. It's actually near Christmas. Was there a Christmas one?
There has to be.
Did I miss Christmas? Let's go back to Christmas. Winter, winter. I may have missed Christmas. Let's find Christmas. If New Year's is there, Christmas got to be there, right?
Yeah.
Mother's Day.
It's got to be.
Halloween.
Oh, you're getting close.
Thanksgiving.
Now, this was a Thanksgiving outing, but...
Oh, and there's Christmas. But this was a Thanksgiving outing.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, let's go back to Thanksgiving. And I'm going to hit the Thanksgiving button, and it says on the next screen you can change the size. So I'm going to go OK. Here you can change the size, but I'm happy with the size. Click on Done. Add frame to this photo as opposed to all the photos. And now, print. Once again, it comes up with your print timer. And you can, select 10 photos, and it'll tell you how long it's going to take to print all 10 photos. Once again, this goes in here. So, my grandparents, or actually my wife's grandparents, they have no clue about computers, internet. They have no clue what the internet is. This
seems really simple.
It is very simple. It's all touch. The hardest thing, again, is, replacing the cartridge. And even that's easy because it's right inside that little door.
I've got an aunt that got one of these printers, but it had a big cartridge that was kind of like a Polaroid. It had a sheet and fed on it.
Okay. And that was the paper in the cartridge as well?
No, it wasn't. But we were kind of disappointed because the cartridge was kind of expensive. This seems like it would be a...
You still got to buy the cartridge, and I think it was about $15. And I think it said it was good for a couple of hundred photos. But, I find those things are always way more liberal than what you actually get.
I'm just amazed at the quality.
The quality is pretty nice.
That's terrific.
So I'm going to this Christmas, I'm going to stick this on my grandparents and say, can you figure this out? Because if they can figure this out, then I can come over with a USB stick. They're never going to figure out my camera. But I can come over with a USB stick. I'll say, plug it in there, and then just choose the photos you want to print. And then go away, leave it for an hour to print your photos, because you can put like 100 sheets in here.
Exactly.
Yeah. Once this is done, I'll pop out that ink cartridge and you can see
I'd like to.
Now, while we're waiting for this print, let me ask you, you've never seen this device before.
No, I haven't.
How much do you think it would cost, or maybe I should say, how much would you pay for this sort of unit?
I'm thinking somewhere in the $250, $300 range.
$250. Exactly. So here's this one that's just printed, and again, this bottom bit will come off. Let me go ahead and we'll zoom in on this. And what do you think? You can do all kinds of things. You can put captions on it. So if you want to put, here's the family last Thanksgiving, or if you want to put a Thanksgiving caption, you can literally write that.
That would be that would be terrific.
I think he's flabbergasted. The high tech. While you're looking at that, I'm going to pop this out.
Yeah, let's see what that...
So here it is. You have to give it a second, and then you literally just pull this out like that.
I'm trying to think why I would ever hook my computer to this.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, the only reason is if you get a photo emailed to you, but even then you could put it on a flash drive.
Sure.
And do it that way. There's the ink cartridge. It's a number 110. It's tricolor.
So that's a regular ink cartridge.
Regular ink cartridge.
Yeah, this one that I was used to was totally different than that.
Right.
It was this is...
And you can see it's pretty easy to change it. It's right in that door.
Very easy. As a matter of fact, I think I would go get one of these for my aunt.
Fantastic.
Because she's very, very techno, but she could put her card in there and print out her own pictures.
So I got to tell you, I think this is for the non-tech savvy person. I think this is, for me, I'd give it a 5 out of 5. What would you give this? I would
give it a 5. That is very cool.
So that's 5 out of 5 for Vance, 5 out of 5 for me for the HP Photosmart A826, $250. Very easy to use. Sit on your countertop. It's kind of got that kitchen look to it, kitchen 70s appeal.
Yeah.
And whenever somebody wants to come over with a photo, you just plug in any card that you see. It takes just about any card or a USB stick, and away you go.
That's nice.
That's all the time we have for today. Vance, I want to say thank you coming
Thank you,
out
Ben.
today. I appreciate it.
I enjoyed this.
And if you have an extra second, visit our website, www.neo-fight.tv. Leave us some comments. Let us know what you think. And we will see you next time. And if you have to have an extra 30 seconds, take a look at this.
Hey, I'm Andy Walker. Have you just bought a new computer with Windows Vista on it? Or maybe you've got an old XP computer that you upgraded. Well, we've just created an amazing new DVD that'll teach you everything you need to know about the new operating system from Microsoft. It's called Getting Started with Windows Vista. In this DVD, there are 3 sections. One is out of the box, what you need to do as soon as you start up Vista. Number 2 is Vista Essentials, things you need to know every day to make your computer experience amazing. Antivirus, security, all kinds of new features that Vista offers. And finally, Geek Tips and Tricks, things you need to know that nobody else will have told you to make you a Vista guru. For more information, check out our website at gettingstartedvideo.com.